1979. A technological revolution silently commenced everywhere. The Department of Defense maintained authority. ARPANET represented their prestigious technological masterpiece. Only contracted elite researchers obtained access. What concerning other university computer scientists? They experienced complete digital communication isolation. Universities functioned as haves or have-nots. Could such closed networking environments survive? Progress necessitates transparent, open academic collaboration. How could excluded institutions connect together? They desperately required alternative networking solutions. Constructing independent networks appeared completely impossible. Telecommunication hardware expenses were absolutely astronomical. Did any plausible technological workaround exist? Several visionary computer scientists demanded progress. They conceptualized unified national communication infrastructures. Who would underwrite this ambitious endeavor? The National Science Foundation observed closely. They recognized this escalating scientific dilemma. Software distribution required physical magnetic tapes. Transporting physical materials proved excruciatingly sluggish. Was there any superior transmission methodology? Instantaneous electronic messaging offered ultimate salvation. An inevitable boiling point finally materialized. Prominent computer scientists assembled for brainstorming. They confronted historically unprecedented engineering challenges. Could these academics democratize global networking? Failure guaranteed permanent intellectual community fragmentation. They formulated aggressive, comprehensive organizational proposals. Transformative Internet history prepared to unfold. What specifically transpired during May 1979? One pivotal academic conference transformed everything. Did these pioneers discover networking salvation? Lawrence Landweber organized a monumental meeting in May 1979, representing Wisconsin-Madison University network researchers. This conference was essential to bring isolated scientists closer together. Representatives from DARPA attended as silent observers alongside National Science Foundation officials. They debated building a unified academic network called CSNET, Computer Science Research Network. The proposed undertaking presented daunting obstacles. Creating national infrastructure required massive financial investments, yet they lacked substantial resources. Commercial telecommunication companies charged exorbitant monthly tariffs, making a traditional physical network completely unaffordable. Could they leverage existing ARPANET military infrastructure? DARPA expressed cautious, collaborative interest. However, strict operational security protocols were mandatory. Civilian access required careful architectural separation. Software architects proposed specialized logical network gateway computers to filter transmitted information. Only basic electronic mail could cross boundaries. Direct interactive logins remained strictly prohibited. This compromise satisfied military security requirements. But how would poorer universities connect? Resourceful researchers developed an incredibly clever workaround called PhoneNet. It utilized standard commercial telephone lines. Connected computers dialed each other automatically overnight to exchange accumulated digital messages during off hours, dramatically reducing daytime transmission costs. For simple text messaging, it worked perfectly. This tiered architectural approach revolutionized network accessibility. Wealthy institutions purchased direct dedicated ARPANET connections, while smaller colleges utilized inexpensive PhoneNet relays. A magnificent network of networks emerged. The bureaucratic approval process demanded intense negotiations. After months refining their proposals, November 1979 brought their final comprehensive submission to the NSF. Everything depended upon administrative federal funding decisions. A major technical challenge immediately emerged. Different systems used completely incompatible languages. They urgently needed a universal translation protocol. Without standardization, seamless global communication was impossible. DARPA was developing something truly revolutionary. Vinton Cerf championed this experimental networking technology, Transmission Control Protocol, TCP. TCP and IP promised universal system connectivity. The bold CSNET pioneers took a huge gamble by deciding to universally adopt TCP/IP. This single decision changed computer history forever. It definitively proved that TCP/IP worked across platforms. Commercial computers could suddenly understand ARPANET servers. Academic mainframes communicated with remote military servers, creating a true internet network between different systems. Software engineers encountered numerous complex system errors. Writing network protocol software required extensive programming. University graduate students wrote critical core code, testing various network connections. When fragile connections failed, they spent sleepless nights debugging broken programs. Their incredible dedication built our digital infrastructure. Observing NSF officials noticed this extraordinary progress. In 1979, as they meticulously examined the documents, the detailed CSNET proposal began to seem increasingly feasible. Funding such a theoretical and unproven infrastructure carried risks. Many skeptics questioned its ultimate academic value. But visionaries argued that electronic speed fundamentally accelerated discovery. Instant digital collaboration promised a revolutionary scientific process, significantly shortening research times. An interconnected global future seemed quite close, but administrative bureaucratic hurdles frequently delayed progress. Landweber and his colleagues lobbied relentlessly everywhere, convincing skeptical federal administrators with demonstrations. Early academic email systems proved undeniably effective. Excited scientists experienced the magic of instant communication firsthand. They created unprecedented technological precedents, successfully bridging the gap between the secretive military and academia. The foundational year concluded with anticipation. Late 1979 cemented their architectural designs. The university consortium finalized submissions. NSF reviewers analyzed every technical detail. The governmental agency recognized SNET's transformative potential. Crucial formal approval arrived after 1979, marking a historic victory. This success proved cooperative institutional networking was achievable. Different bureaucratic agencies could collaborate. DARPA and NSF forged essential partnerships. This synergy accelerated technological deployment. SNET became the definitive operational template. It showcased functional heterogeneous network structures. The modern Internet architecture was validated. ARPANET's dominance gradually diminished as CSNET connected more diverse academic institutions, democratizing access for smaller universities. Computer science flourished through shared knowledge. Geographic isolation no longer hindered research. A researcher in rural Wisconsin emailed Stanford. Complex scientific ideas traversed the continent instantly. These networks expanded throughout the 1980s. SNET paved the critical networking pathway, directly inspiring the nationwide ENSFnet. ENSFnet eventually absorbed earlier networks, becoming our modern Internet backbone. Those initial 1979 meetings were essential. Without Landweber, progress might have stalled. Without DARPA's blessing, bridges remained unbuilt. Without NSF funding, visions remained theoretical. This convergence represented perfect collaborative timing. They constructed networks connecting human minds. The Internet was a collective achievement. The events of 1979 laid invisible digital cables connecting humanity. Modern global networks still rely on TCP/IP. Their foundational decisions survived decades untouched, a software engineering triumph. We owe those pioneers gratitude. Their ambitious dreams connect us today. The collaborative spirit must always survive. Continuous innovation demands open communication channels. They successfully taught us this valuable lesson. Reflect upon this truly incredible technological journey. A deeply fragmented community demanded unified connections. They boldly challenged existing rigid military monopolies. They successfully democratized crucial digital information exchange. What does this fascinating history teach us? Collaboration almost always overcomes artificial structural barriers. The ambitious 1979 CSNET initiative changed everything. It fundamentally transformed exclusive tools into utilities. Scientific information became universally accessible for scientists. Did they actually foresee our connected world? They primarily focused on solving immediate problems. Yet their elegant solutions possessed universal applications. The modern Internet is their enduring monument. PhoneNet brilliantly demonstrated highly frugal engineering capabilities. TCP/IP seamlessly provided the universal linguistic glue. Unprecedented institutional cooperation supplied the necessary funding. How many amazing modern innovations echo 1979? Every single smartphone utilizes their foundational protocols. Every modern email traces back to CSNET. Their powerful visionary legacy surrounds us constantly. Are we currently building networks for everyone? Severe global digital divides unfortunately still exist today. We must constantly remember the CSNET philosophy. Open connectivity is a fundamental scientific right. The brilliant pioneers of 1979 believed this. Their extremely persistent dedication ultimately proved correct. What exactly will our generation's network be? Will we successfully connect the remaining unconnected? The grand challenge from 1979 continues today. Their monumental work remains brilliantly, profoundly inspiring. Let us proudly continue building open bridges. Will quantum communication networks replace their protocols? Modern technology constantly evolves beyond original designs. However, their beautiful collaborative principles remain eternal. Digital information always wants to flow completely freely.